Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 597. The title of today's lesson is the difference between wedding party, wedding reception, and wedding banquet. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. All right, in the U.S., a wedding party is the main group of people who go down an aisle at a wedding ceremony. All right, this is where the confusion comes in, especially for Asian students or people that don't know American culture or weddings. You hear the word party, you think, well, it must be a real party. But remember, in English, party has several meanings. And another meaning of party means a group or a particular group. Like when you go to a restaurant and the host will ask you how many people are in your party, meaning how many people are in your group. So when we say wedding party is not a party. It refers to the group. And here's the group it refers to. So let's get back to this. So a wedding party is the main group of people who go down an aisle at a wedding, including the bride, of course, the groom, the maid of honor, that's the main bridesmaid, the best man, which is the main groomsman, and any other brides, maids, or groomsmen that are in it, that go down that aisle. So that whole group is referred to as the wedding party. Okay, let's continue. So wedding reception. Well, this is the actual party. The actual party and main celebration after a wedding ceremony. So usually they have a wedding ceremony early in the day, like in the morning or early afternoon. And then they go to the wedding reception. Will start a little later than that. Everybody's got to get there. And that's where there's all the singing and the dancing and people drinking and, having the wedding cake and many other activities. Depending upon, a person's racial background or religion, it might slightly vary, but basically that's the wedding reception. And just to clarify it, I gave reception by itself, because receptions could be for other reasons. So a reception is a formal party to welcome someone to celebrate something. You can have a reception for maybe somebody's 50th anniversary, or maybe somebody turned 100 years old and you want to honor them, or maybe in the Jewish community they may have like a bar mitzvah when a boy turns 16. They could have receptions for any of these things. So that's why a lot of times you rent out a reception hall. You rent out a place where they'll have a lot of tables and they'll set everything up for you. So the real party is usually the wedding reception. All right, let's continue. Now, wedding banquet. A very lavish meal served after a wedding ceremony, especially in Asian countries. So this is the Asian version of a wedding reception, but we don't call it a wedding reception. And actually, it is a more suitable name because the focus is around the meal. In wedding banquets, they don't usually have everybody getting up and dancing. I mean, of course, there is drinking. Sometimes they will hire some entertainment. They may or they may not do that. But the focus is around the meal, so that's why it is actually called a wedding banquet. And in the West, we usually say a wedding reception. Okay. All right, and let's continue. We got 4 examples here to show just how it's used. She invited me to be in her wedding party, so she invited her to be in this group. I will be one of her bridesmaids. So that's what another woman might say. All right, number 2, the wedding reception will start in the late afternoon and go until late at night. Yeah, they usually go very late at night, and takes the whole day with the wedding, between the ceremony in the morning, the reception starting in the late afternoon goes well into the night. There's usually dancing for many, many hours. And, and there's other activities in between. I don't want to get into all of them, but there are a lot of activities in between as well. All right, number 3 here. She danced for many hours at the wedding reception. So again, wedding reception has a lot of partying and dance. There's usually a band. There's the wedding, either the wedding singer or the host. He will be announcing things. And again, many parts to the wedding reception. All right, number 4 here. That Asian bride changed her dress 3 times at the wedding banquet while going around to thank the guests for coming. All right, a slight difference, again, in the culture. Usually in the West, women tend to buy their wedding dress, and they are often sometimes very proud of it if they can still fit into it 10 or 20 years later. But they only have the one dress. In Asian society, they don't buy the dress. They rent the dress. but they rent about 3 of them, and they kind of put on a little bit of a fashion show at the wedding banquet. They come around and they visit all the tables, and that's another thing too. Because usually you give money when you go to either the wedding reception or the wedding banquet. There is a big difference. At the wedding banquet, because like in Asia, a red envelope is lucky, so they usually give the red envelope. In the States, just the most common envelope is a white envelope, so we would give a white envelope. But in Asian society, the white has a connection to funerals, so they don't usually do that. So there is a difference. There's a different feel to both of them, but this is the difference between all 3. So now I hope you can clearly see the difference between wedding party, wedding reception, and wedding banquet. Anyway, I hope you got it. Hope it's clear. Hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.